Home Depot's Maleficent Animatronic. This is a Disney villain. It's 6.5 foot tall, and it has a lot of movement. 5 is what it says online, and that includes the crow's mouth, which you can see right there. And it's got like this wand thing that has a glowing ball on it. We're gonna open this up and see what's inside. The box has a lot of bright colors. And the first thing we see is instructions, and just 2 sets of instructions. Got a pole. This reminds me a lot of the prop that I unboxed yesterday, the Bride's Frankenstein one. This might be the biggest hip loop we've ever seen right here. And this hip loop is so big that you have to build it. There's 2 sections to it. Here's all the clothing. Here's the hand that has the wire that goes into it. It's to make the ball glow right here. And this beak moves. That's a full 360 of it. Looks really cool. And it looks like the connector actually goes through here for the rest of the wand, and then 4 connector with cotter pins. We're gonna save this box. Here's one of the hands. It has pink fingernails and some type of ring thing on. Bunch of leg pulls. These are not leg pulls. These are actually for the staff thing that she holds. And there is inner pulls for these as well. This is a weird piece. It does move. It's on some hinge. Power adapter. 5.9 volts, 3 amp. Here is the torso piece. It says Disney right on the control box. And it's got a motor here, one in there, and I think the head is a servo. Lots of extra cardboard in there, but we have the base. This is the box that contains the head. And that is what it looks like. This has got to be servo. There's a couple wires coming out here. That's the connector. And here's what the face looks like. It's like a rubbery latex. And this top part's plastic. But even this part right here is latex. Or some rubbery material. I'm not totally sure if it's latex, but it definitely isn't plastic. Starting off the build, we have the base. And this piece up here is going to be connected in. Doesn't say to do it first, but I'm gonna. And the reason you put this in is because this is where that staff thing that she holds is gonna go into. Next piece, labeled B, has that wing nut bolt on it. You wanna unscrew that. And then there's a snap lock on the opposite side. So we'll put that in first, and then tighten the wing nut bolt. The next thing is building the bigger hip loop. There is 2 cotter pins on one side of it, and you want to take both of those off. There's the first one. And the second. Then sliding these into the other side. But you don't want to go too far. You got to line the holes up. So there's one. I don't think the cotter pin's going to go all the way around. but that holds it in place. Now, putting this over, goes on the bottom of the two 4-cut connectors. Above that is this one. Just like that. Putting the torso on now. It has a snap lock, but not a wing nut bolt. Also up here it has a white wire. We don't normally see that on any of these props. But here's that snap lock. Now I think is a pretty good time to put that power adapter down before the clothes go on. Plugging it in right here. Got the volume all the way up now. And there's 3 modes. We have the lights only, and in the middle is step pad or off entirely. And then the far right side, which I'm gonna use, is timer or sensor mode. We're gonna be using the sensor part of this. And now you gotta get the clothes on. Putting the fabric over. There is an IR sensor built into this. And we're gonna connect that right now. And then feed this arm through the sleeve. I adjusted the clothes a little bit, and we got the other hand. And this sleeve is really tiny, but we're gonna feed it up. At the top where the shoulder is, we can see the 4-cut connector. We're on the back side as well now. And that connects right in, like that. I'm gonna spin it around so we can see how it's looking so far. I went ahead and took the cotter pin out of the hole right here. Now we're gonna connect this on to the 4-cut connector. And it starts to really weigh the hand down. And there's the hole that I need to reconnect it to. And we're gonna connect the wire as well. The reason it's flopping down is because we haven't connected the rest of this. But here's the wire. And that's now connected. We got 2 poles labeled J. Snap locking them together. And then hooking it to the piece on the base. And then there are 2 of these outer pole things to slide over. Doesn't matter which order. Drop those over. And then that connects right up into the hand. And there's a snap lock in here. I know it's really hard to see, but it's on, and I pushed it all the way down. There is a piece of Velcro over here that I need to tack on. And that's it for the hands and arms. The last step we gotta do is put the head on. One of the final steps here, putting the head on, and it has that wire that we're gonna drop down. This is a snap lock. And before I spin this around, I'm gonna put this collar piece on. Looks like this. There is an inside, and then there's a shiny side. You want the shiny one on the outside. So this connects around the neck. Spinning the prop around. You'll see that there's still 3 pieces of Velcro back here. And that is where this next piece comes in. And you can see the 3 Velcro points there, there, and there. That's gonna go on to these 3, which finishes the back up. But we still have to connect this wire. Like that. I'm gonna Velcro the back of the main clothing up, and then spin it around, fix the clothing a little bit. We're gonna be on to the demo.
Listen well, all of you. The princess shall indeed grow in grace and beauty, beloved by all who know. But before the sun sets on her 16th birthday, she shall prick her finger on the spindle of a spinning wheel and die. Fools! Idiots! Imbeciles! Oh, they're hopeless. A disgrace to the forces of evil. My pet, you are my last hope. Circle far and wide. Search for a maid of 16 with hair of sunshine gold and lips red as the rose. Go, and do not fail me. You poor simple fools, thinking you could defeat me, the mistress of all evil. Well, here's your precious princess. Well, this is a pleasant surprise. I set my trap for a peasant, and lo, I catch a prince. Away with him. But gently, my pets, gently. I have plans for our royal guest. A forest of thorns shall be his tomb. Born through the skies on a fog of doom. Now go with a curse and serve me well. Round Stephen's castle, cast my spell.
Overall, this prop is pretty interesting. I haven't seen the movie, but from what I could tell, the color and everything on it is really cool. And I think the crow is awesome that his beak actually moves. And this ball is very interesting as well. I don't know how they're doing that. It's some type of projector thing in there. And the camera doesn't fully pick it up. But the eyelids that close is super creepy. And I'm glad the mouth moves. That is a big deal on these props. But for $280, are you guys going to be picking that up this year? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.